What's the moment you realized your relationship was already over, even though you were still in it? I think the exact second my relationship died was a Tuesday. A completely normal, painfully boring Tuesday. No shouting, no dramatic discovery, no cheating reveal. Just this tiny, stupid moment that cracked everything open. We'd been together almost 6 years, lived together for 4, talked about marriage, kids, future homes, the whole we're building a life thing. From the outside, we looked stable, healthy, like one of those couples who knew each other's coffee orders and families and childhood fears. And honestly, I thought we were that couple. But he had been distant for months. Not cruel, not cold, just somewhere else. Every conversation felt like I was talking to him through a wall. Every time I said something, he responded with a nod or a half laugh instead of actually listening. He was slipping, inch by inch, and I kept telling myself it was work stress, mental load, life weight, anything except the truth. He didn't look at me the same. Last Tuesday, he came home late again. Not suspiciously late. Just late enough that dinner was cold and the TV was on, and I had done that thing where you pretend you weren't waiting, even though you were. He walked in, tossed his keys on the counter, kissed the top of my head like a dad greeting his kid, and sat down on the couch. I asked him how his day was. He said long. That was it. No detail, no venting, no story. Just long. We ate in silence. Then he stood up and said he was going to shower. Nothing wrong with that. Totally normal. But on his way down the hallway, his phone buzzed on the table. He didn't react to it at all. When he came back, hair wet, towel around his shoulders, I asked a simple, harmless question. Hey, do you still feel happy with me? He said, why wouldn't I be? Like happiness was the default, not a choice. Like happiness was a switch someone forgot to flip. The truth is, I wasn't looking for reassurance. I already knew the answer. I was looking for, I don't know, maybe a spark, a sign he'd fight for us, a flicker of something behind his eyes. But he walked past me, sat on the couch, and started scrolling his phone. And that was the moment. Not dramatic, not loud, just empty. The kind of empty that feels like a funeral, but nobody has died. I remember staring at him, trying to figure out when exactly I had become background noise in my own relationship. When did my good news start feeling like burdening him? When did he stop touching me without me asking? When did he start laughing more at his phone than anything I said? I kept telling myself people go through phases. People get comfortable. Love changes shape. But the truth is, love doesn't disappear in one big explosion. It dissolves slowly, like sugar in cold water. The next day I tried again. I asked if he wanted to go out to dinner that weekend. He said he was tired. I asked if he wanted to watch a movie together. He said he wasn't in the mood. I asked if everything was okay. He said it was, but none of it felt true. 2 nights later, he fell asleep before me. His phone buzzed again. One text, then another, then another. And for the first time, I let myself pick it up. It wasn't another woman. It was worse. It was a group chat with his friends. They were talking about life, their goals, their plans. Someone asked if he still planned to propose to me this year, and he said, I don't know, man. I love her, but it feels like everything is paused. I don't feel excited about anything anymore. I feel stuck. A word that feels more painful than I don't love her. I put his phone down exactly where it was, crawled into bed, and stared at the ceiling until morning. I didn't confront him, because that message wasn't really about me. It was about him, his unhappiness. But it told me everything. He was just gone, emotionally gone. And you can't fix something alone when the other person stopped showing up months ago. We broke up a few weeks later, calmly, quietly, almost kindly. No screaming, no accusations, no dramatic final scene. Just 2 people who loved each other once, sitting on opposite ends of a couch, knowing it was over. I asked him if he still loved me. He said, I think part of me always will, but part of me isn't enough to build a life with someone.